welcome to Mukam Coding Mentor channel. We are taking C++ programming language, and today we are going to look at the simple program, the simple basic program in C++ so that you can understand C++ programming implementations in solving different problems. So let's start with the questions. Here the first question says, find the sum of elements in a given array. So array is a data structure which stores the collection of an elements of same data type. So let's see a program, the practical to get the sum of the array. Here for that sum we have been declared an array of size 10. And this 10 is the total value in which the elements will be taken. Then there is another variable n and I, and the sum will be helpful to get the sum of all elements. Pro will give you the product. For that purpose the basic formula has been given in the for loop so that each and every element is taken into consideration. First the size has been asked to tell the user to get a proper size of the array. Then the elements is taken in that size with the help of for loop, and again the for loop is initialized to the size only to for getting the sum and the product, as you can see here. And finally when the loop will break, means when the ith value come to the last nth value, then the for loop will terminate and the final result will become out as sum and pro. And for sum we have taken plus sign, plus operator, and for product we have taken the multiplication operator. So let's execute, compile and run. So the user is asked to enter an element. So let's assume we are going to enter three elements. So first element is 1, second, then 3. So all the three numbers are been taken and the sum of the elements is 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. And in a similar fashion 2 into 3 is also 6. So this was the first sum. I hope you have understood it well. So let's jump to the another program, which is the code using an auto keyword. So what is an auto keyword? So let's understand it by the practical. Here is the small program to know about the auto keyword functions. But you must remember this, auto must be initialized when declared, otherwise it will show compile time error. So two variables are assigned an auto data type and it will automatically assign with its suitable data types. Eighth line, here the eighth line will print the output of variables, and type id is the object in the header file of type info. So while using type id it is important to type this type info in the header form so that you can get a valid type of the data being assigned with the help of auto keyword. So it is just a line for getting an output. Here the type id will recognize the type of the data been converted into, and the name will pop out the alias of that data type in the output. So let's execute it once so that you get better understanding of it. So 10 and 15.5 is the value which we have given, and I and D shows the integer and decimal value of the two variables. So this you have understood. Now let's go to another program which says a last digit of a number. So you have to print a code which will get the last digit of a number, and for that I have taken an answer in another slide so that every code executed will be executed in less minutes. So I will copy it and type on here So here is the functions which is helpful to get the first digit of the number, and it is also getting you the last digit. So as you can see in the 6th and 15th line, the two functions has been declared with variable int n, and that will take the user digits in the nth value. Like here you can see the variable is declared in the main function first, and the user will type in the number, its own choice number, and that number will be given to n variable, and that variable will go to the first digit first, because the first digit is been initialized with that variable. So the first digit will be called, and it will take the number in while loop, and it will check if the number is greater or less than equal to 10. Means we want a single digit, first digit. So that's why the 10 is been used to get the proper value out of it. If the n is greater than 10, then this loop will keep on executing until we get a single value. So division operator will get you the first digit of the number. If you know proper way to divide a number, here the number is being divided with 10, so that the first value will be remain after a proper execution of the code. In the last digit function, here the modulo operator is used, which will get you the last digit, because it will return a remainder. Modulo operator, always remember that modulo operator will get you the remainder at the moment. So last digit is helpful to get you the last number of the digit. So let's compile and run. Here we need to type a number. So I am typing it 785. So what you got is the first digit 7 and 5, which is the last digit. So you must remember how we can get the first and last digit. So first digit is helpful. First digit gave, will be taken with the help of division operator, and modulo operator will be helpful to get the last digit of the number, and that can be taken with the help of the 10th number, because the single value we need to find in this code. Okay, so let's move on to the third. So the sum of digits in a number. So this question will be helpful to get the sum of the digits in a number. So let's jump to the code. Here the three variable has been declared of integer data type. Once the user will help ask to enter the number, and that number will be inferred in the n variable, and while loop will be helpful to get the sum. As you can see here, m is been assigned taken first to get the remainder, then if that remainder will be added to the sum, and this part, third line of the while loop, will help you deduce your numbers by one digit. So 10, by dividing the number with 10, our number will deduce by one number. So for your better understanding, I have taken the help of this notepad. So you can see, if suppose you have typed 100 as the n number, and you want the sum of this 100 number, means 1 plus 0 plus 0. So the answer will be 1. So let's see in the while loop. Suppose 100 is means m is the value which will help you to get the remainder. So 100 will be divided with 10, and mod of that will be 0. First the 0 will come, and that operator, that number will be summed into the sum variable. After that the number is divided with 10, so that the number will now become, if this, suppose 100 divided by 10 will get you 10 as the question. So again the while loop will be executed. So here in while loop we have condition. As you can see on the left side of the code, it will check if the n is greater than 0. If it is not greater than 0, then that code will not be executed. So now the 10 is our nth value. So n is 10 after one while loop execution, and that 10 will be divided with the 10 that also will give you 0 value. Then that 0 will be added to sum and it will turn into the 0. Then that 10 will be divided with 10 and it will get you quotient, which is 1. So in the second call, this will n will turn into 1. So the 1 and the condition is checked here. I have not typed it, but the condition will be checked. 1 is greater than or less than 0. So 1 is less than 0, then that while loop will not be executed. And if you will see, one mod is greater than 0. Yes, here the condition I was little confused. N is greater than 1 will be greater than 0. In the second while loop, after second while loop, n will become 1 and that one is greater than 0. As you can see here, n will be greater than 0, then that while loop will be executed again. Here the one mod of 10 will give you 1 and that one will be added to sum. So the total will come out as 1 in the sum variable. And after the while loop, we have taken the cout line, which will get you the output of that total. So let's compile and run. So I have taken 100 and the sum is 1. So this was simple program. You can pause a little and try to understand in a deeper form, and you will definitely get to understand it in a better way. So, thank you for today. I have explained you 4 code for now, and we will cover another simple code in the next lecture. Thank you, and like our video if you understood